30.
20.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ignition sequence start.
This is just the beginning.
Are you ready?
Here comes the best part.
1, 2, 3,
go.
Life Matters, a 5-time winner of the best morning show in Wisconsin. Hosted by Nancy Douglas and Tom Giovanoni.
All of you, get ready.
Life Matters begins on Lake 96.1.
Welcome to Life Matters. I'm exhausted. Oh, God.
I'm not.
Is this the last show you're going to do that?
It is. Well, Thanksgiving's
Look at that.
over, so
Look at that.
we're just recovering from it.
What are you going to do for Christmas? What's your sound effect for the Christmas shows?
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll think of something.
You'll think of something.
Could be quack, quack.
Oh,
A lot of rubber
why?
ducks going on.
Oh,
Rubber ducks in the stockings.
Ducks.
Yeah.
That's right.
I've had a lot of thoughts for next year.
Oh, dear. Mm-hmm. For the stocking stuffer campaign?
Yep.
Yes, if you have not helped us to help contribute, please do. We have a lot of stuff. Thank you so much to everybody who's donated so far. It's incredible. We're trying to fill 500 stockings for all of the kids that will be serviced by the Bridge Food and Diaper Bank this holiday season. So basically, we have that many families in Walworth County who have already signed up for a Christmas meal for their family. And so when they sign up for that Christmas meal, they put down how many members are in their family, so they get the appropriate amount of food and everything, and they put their ages and all that. And so we know that, family A has 3 kids, and they're 15, 12, and 7 or whatever, and they're girls and boys. And so that Christmas meal will come with the stockings for the kids.
Yeah.
Because everybody loves stockings.
Yeah, remember when you were
coolest.
a kid how cool they were.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's just keep passing that on.
If my parents let me do anything on Christmas Eve, it was open stockings. But they usually didn't let us do anything.
Yeah, see, the stocking was like the appetizers for us and for my kids. You don't have to wait for anyone to get up. You can dive into the stocking. Just have fun with it.
Right. And don't wake
everything
us up.
else you got to wait for.
Right. Right.
But yeah, no, I still today,
I love stockings.
60 plus, and I love opening up my stocking.
I love my stockings. So, yeah. I just, so we just decided to, there's a lot of kinds of toy drives that you need to donate to and all that kind of stuff, but we just wanted to kind of bridge that gap and make sure that the kids all had a little stocking to take with them. So Cunis Auto Group actually purchased the stockings for us.
And thank you.
So thank you very much for that. And then, of course, we have Two Brothers and I'm going to forget somebody. Two Brothers.
Thanks for all the help from everybody.
Yeah. And honestly, it's the listeners. That are the key reason
Absolutely.
here. And so, but if you go on our website, there is a link to our Amazon wish list. And so anything that needs to be purchased is still on that Amazon wish list. Or you can just go out and have fun doing some shopping on your own. You can drop it off here at the station. You can go, again, there's several drop-off points throughout Walworth County. Go to the website and find them and thank them for their participation as well. So we'll be doing a sweep to pick it all up tomorrow, and then we will do another sweep next week. And then, of course, we have next week we have a big party at Two Brothers. It's this huge meat raffle, and they're also going to take donations there. Two Brothers Bar and Grill down in Genoa City. We were there last weekend. We went for bingo. Dirty bingo, actually. Yeah. And
I was hunting.
It was a blast. Yeah, so let's talk about that experience.
It was very cool.
I can't help but notice, during Christmas break, our boy's going to have to come in and talk about his hunting experience.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Little bit of Jackson's humor and some things like that going on over the holidays. We're going to get that scheduled. But in the meantime, he has that's the number one story of your hunting last weekend, right?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yep. So I had the honor of taking Jackson for his first hunt. He's been out before. He's been out with Zachary. He's been out with my brother, my uncle, walking around as, a non-hunter. But he actually hunted this year, and I set up a blind for him and I in a pretty good spot, on the property. And 7 o'clock opening morning, his deer came in. So I was able to talk him through it. We were far enough away that we could whisper deer to near us. And I told him what to look for and be patient and let's see if there's a bigger deer because it was small.
Yeah.
But who cares? You know, he got his first deer.
You got to do one.
But,
yeah.
You know, long, detailed story short, I don't want to take anything away from him. I told him when he gives you the right shot and we're trying to get when he's standing sideways, whatever, I said, I'll let you know, take your shot. Well, I was just getting ready to tell him now he shot. And it was a perfect shot.
Smooth as butter.
Yep. Deer down. I don't think it even hurt it.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. That's awesome because, I mean, first of all, that's a big thing in your family. All you guys, yeah.
My whole life.
That's a big deal.
We've been, my uncles, my father, since my grandfather came to America and started the family, they've been hunting. And he was hunting before that. So, yeah, we come from a hunting background, for sure.
That's a big deal for a little guy. He's not a little guy anymore, though. Isn't he like 7 feet tall now or something?
Well, he's getting there, man. He's
How's
tall.
he fit in that blind? I'm just kidding.
I tell you what, it was tight.
Except for the picture, all the pictures all I know is that all the pictures I got, he was asleep.
Well, if you're sleeping, you're not moving.
Well, this is true, so leave him alone. That's right.
I tell everybody I woke him up to shoot it, but that's not quite true.
No.
But, there's a lot that goes on after the harvest of the animal. And one thing that we've been doing my whole life, and I think it's a German thing, but you take a pine bough and dip it in the blood of the animal and give thanks for the harvest.
Right.
So and he knows that because he's done it before, but I had him do it for his deer.
Yeah.
And then when Zachary got his buck this year, Jackson did it for that and when I got mine. So
yeah. It's a good tradition.
Yeah, it is. And it's not, a lot of people think it's just you're going out in the woods and just killing stuff. That's not it. You're out there, it's time consuming, it's a lot of work and a lot of patience.
Well, there's a lot of work afterwards too.
Oh, yeah, the easiest thing is harvesting the animal.
Right.
The prep for it and the follow-up. Yeah, so we had like his deer, we kind of have a tradition. You drag your first deer in.
Right.
So he had to do, we're almost probably 3/4 of a mile from the cabin, and he had to drag it in up and down hills.
Ooh.
And he kept saying, Grandpa, this is so heavy. It's like,
No, it's
wait till we get a bigger one.
Do you ever have wheels out there to help
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we got it in, we had to field dress it, get all that done, get it washed out and dried and all that.
I don't know what field dressing means.
It's where you remove the innards
Ew.
of the deer, yeah.
And you leave that out in the field?
We
Is
put it
some
on
of
a brush pile up high so dogs and stuff can't get at it, but birds will eat off it. So really nothing goes to waste.
Right. Okay.
But then it's hung and it's rinsed and towel dried and you rinse the blood out of the fur and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
So,
what?
there's a lot of work to it
So
after that. But then you got a butcher.
So you guys do all that.
Yeah,
You
we do everything.
take the fur off and you chop the head off. And you
Well-
I don't know how it works. Like I don't
when we
give us a 5-minute lesson
so when we
on
go
how to
butcher,
dress a deer.
Everybody does it a little bit different. We, of course, think our way is the best, and everybody else thinks their way is the best. But you skin it, so the hide is removed pretty much. We do ours neck up. So we pull the hide down to the feet
Okay.
and remove it. Some people start with the deer hanging upside down, pull it all off. But you pull the hide off.
Do you hang it up? Is it hanging from the banister or from the rafters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the addition to my garage is our
Trying to picture it.
our quartering station.
Okay.
So the hide's pulled off, and then you start quartering it. Front shoulders come off, rear legs come off, and just basically fillet your way through it. We are very
Do you use a
meticulous.
chainsaw?
No,
What kind of
Knives.
tools do you use to do
Knives.
this? Really?
just knives. All the stuff is removable, all the parts. And our venison goes up 100% lean. There's no fat, there's no tendon, there's no silver skin, nothing. It's 100% clean meat. And then we double wrap ours in saran wrap, and then double wrap it in freezer paper, and it lasts a long time in the freezer.
So then a younger one like he got, what's the difference in the meat?
So
Will
the
it
older
be-
the deer, the tougher the deer.
Okay.
But you
So maybe
can,
I want to eat some of Jackson's deer.
Well, his will be a little bit more tender, but we age our deer. Mm-hmm. So Zachary got the oldest deer. His buck is probably 2 years old. Mine's just a little bit younger than his.
Okay.
So his will get butchered last. But even I've shot some pretty old deer in my, in my hunting past. The longer you can hang them, the more they age and the more tender that meat gets.
So when you so how long between the time that you shoot it and the time, like how long do you have to get it handled?
Well, we
dressed,
butchered
whatever you do.
Oh, you mean, okay, so from the time of harvest, you want to get to that deer before it starts to cool down. So they can lay for a little bit, and a lot of times you don't have an immediate kill shot, and they'll run off and they bed down and eventually expire, and you want to get them dressed out relatively quick. And then a lot of the secrets, our secrets, are the rinsing. Rinse all the blood out of the fur. It's all about cleanliness. Rinse the inner cavity, the chest area, rinse that all out, and then we towel dry it and let it dry. Because you don't want it wet, that's when it starts molding.
Because you see, like, people, and they've got, like a deer on the, hood of their car or whatever, and
getting full of road salt and dirt and crap.
And they're trying to drive it somewhere or whatever to do whatever. Like, how long do you, it's not really about a length of time, it's about keeping it clean.
Yes.
Okay.
Clean and cool.
Okay. Clean and cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want them 45 degrees or colder. You don't want them to freeze.
Okay.
Freezing a frozen deer is very hard to butcher.
Well, yeah.
But also, you're taking a chance of ruining that meat.
Okay.
So, if like the rear shed on my garage in this time of year really doesn't get much warmer than 45 degrees. Usually, it's between 35 and 40. Even last week when it got up into the 50s,
it stayed cool.
It stayed cool. So, and we're golden now because it's not warm out.
Right.
But yeah, you let it age and then you get it butchered. But it all starts from the time of the harvest, taking care of that meat. And some people, they don't, I don't want to badmouth anybody, but I guess they just don't care or they haven't experienced it. They field dress it, do their thing, throw it in the back of the truck and take it to a butcher. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But you're not getting the quality of meat that people that butcher their own get. Because the talon fat and that on a deer, that's where that bad taste comes from. Mm-hmm. We don't have it. We get rid of all that. And there's no processing. Once the deer is done and the meat's in the freezer, there's no marinating and soaking and all this other stuff that people do. We just cook it.
Right.
And it's delicious and very healthy.
Okay. I have heard it's healthy.
Extremely. It's 100% natural.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
I just didn't know, like I said, you see the guys driving and the deer's in the back of the truck, and you're like, oh, we came up from up north, which is some, imaginary freaking place
real.
Anyway. And so, and I'm just wondering, well, how long has that thing been in the truck?
Yeah, and that's something that we have never done. Not that, in my experience, we've never done. I'm sure.
Like, why would you drive it from all the way up there to all the way down here? Like, surely they're not just throwing it in the back of the truck and driving it all the way here and then thinking they're going to do all the work. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what we do. So
yeah, but you've done some stuff before, like
ours are all
preserve it.
Ours are all
to get it down
taken
here.
care of meticulously from the time of harvest.
Right.
But some, you have your favorite beautician, nail girl, whatever.
Yeah.
People have their favorite butcher.
May.
So,
like Geneva nails.
So they'll bring the deer to that favorite butcher.
Yeah. Well, that makes
ours
sense.
come down here because
Lake Geneva Country Meats is they end up with waiting lists and don't, like they are clearly very good at it too. I would have to say Wilson's probably does it over here
as far as I know,
or whatever. But I would also think that there's going to be a long wait period because
I would imagine
there's a lot of people that do that. Where you just do yours and it's
they
said and
butcher
done.
deer with a bandsaw. It's about quick expedience.
Okay.
And you have bone in the meat and stuff like that.
Okay.
We don't.
Okay.
Well, again,
That's
we're
the advantage.
100% lean.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's time consuming. I've had people tell me I'm crazy spending all that time, but again, we don't have bad venison.
Mm-hmm.
None of it tastes gamey.
Right.
It tastes like meat.
Right. Interesting.
So, yeah.
All right.
But that's what we do.
Well, I have absolutely no way to segue out of how to dress a deer at the Giovannone household to the fundraiser we're going to talk about next. But
Oh, I do.
oh, okay, how?
Because
let's
there's
see you do
sausage
it.
on pizza. Just imagine a pizza with venison sausage. on it. How good would that be?
That would be good. Have you ever done that?
No.
No, but now you're gonna.
No, probably
should
not.
try it.
We make our own burger. Well, we could do it with burger.
That's what I was going to say.
Venison burger,
ground
yeah.
quote beef or ground deer, ground venison,
Venison,
whatever it
yeah.
is. I don't know. That's just, ground,
It's
ground
the
deer
best
meat. I
red
don't
meat
know
out
what
there.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty good. Although,
Maybe only challenged by elk and moose.
oh God.
Maybe.
Anyway, so coming up
Venison's
next.
really good.
Coming up next, Wayne and Angela Blanchard are here, as well as Laura Washer, and they both have Wayne and Laura both have service dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, technically, Angela's got the service dog too, but
I believe Casey is Angela's dog, but she allows Wayne to use them.
exactly. Which
That's
is
my
how
thought.
my dogs are at home.
Right.
They're my dogs, but
Right.
every once in a while they're allowed to go.
Yeah, we got the same thing at our house. They're
Yeah.
Amy's dogs, but
For sure.
every now and then they'll give me a little attention.
Right, just every once in
Actually,
a while.
Wolfgang's my dog.
But they have a fundraiser coming up to provide service dogs for veterans and first responders and such. And we're going to talk about that. It's coming up next Sunday, so we're going to
Phenomenal
talk
program.
about it. Yes. We're going to talk about that next, right after this on Life Matters. You're listening to Lake 96.1.
Life Matters continues on Lake 96.1.
No, that's not going to happen, so we're not worried about it.
What's not going to happen?
Making mistakes.
I do that once in a while. I rarely admit
You?
it, but I
Just you?
definitely do it. Definitely do it. Welcome back to Life Matters. All right. We got a lot going on in here today.
Take a breath.
Got a lot going on in here. So Laura Washer and Wayne and Angela Blanchard are here with their puppies.
Yeah, they're about puppy size.
They're puppy size. They have their
75, 80-pound puppies.
their service
My size.
dogs here. And we're going to talk about a fundraiser coming up. Actually, it's a week from today. It's next Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at the world famous Someplace Else up in Elkhorn. I have grown to love this place. And you know what they
Oh,
do?
it's awesome.
They're closed on Sundays, but they open for fundraisers, like specifically for fundraisers. And you guys have had fundraisers there several times before. So, but welcome this morning on this holiday weekend. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Pizza and Pints for Pups. Tell us a little bit about the fundraiser. Why are we doing it? You guys can pick who is going to tell me about it.
That was a nonverbal argument we just had right here in the studio.
You and I?
No.
No.
Those
Oh,
two.
that they just had?
Wayne and Laura. They're pointing at each other. No, you go. No, you go. No, you go. I'll go.
Well, first off, Wisconsin Guardian Foundation, we help veterans and first responders. The main thing is getting them their service dogs for whatever issues they may have, balance issues, vision issues, the big thing, anxiety, PTSD, between the things we see through the military and as first responders and law enforcement. But we also help out with counseling, rehab stuff, the MST, the military sexual trauma. We can help out with that. But the biggest thing is we're a 501c3 organization. We are strictly run by all volunteers. I'll bet you 99.9% of every dollar that comes in goes back into the program.
Of course.
Our trainers are up in Iron Ridge, Wisconsin. It's Jesse and Tiffany Smith that
So shout out to Josephine Canine Services for
Right.
training.
Train the dogs.
training the dogs.
Train
and
all the
everything.
dogs.
And all our dogs come from overseas. Both ours, Storm, she's a German Shepherd, and Casey, he's a Belgian Malinois, came over from the Netherlands just about 2 weeks apart. So once they got over here from the Netherlands, they went up to Iron Ridge and to Josephine Canine, and they were there for about 4 months together. So they're best buddies, just based from
Yeah.
the kennels and living like 10 to 12 minutes apart.
Well, before the show, when we were all waiting, one was waiting for which one came in first? Storm came in first, and Storm was like whining because she knows
waiting for
that
Casey.
right. She's waiting for Casey, and so they're like best buddies. And now they're sitting here and they're quieter than normal. Sometimes when they're in here, they're louder, but it's early, so that's why. But they're just sitting here so nice and patiently, and Angela's petting them. And when she stops petting them, they look at her like she's like This is the only reason why you're
man.
here. So, like,
Keep going.
Yeah. So, Laura, tell us what's going to happen at the fundraiser. It's again, we said next Sunday, and now there's a lot of posters out there that say one thing, but actually something changed about it. Tell us about the fundraiser itself.
So the fundraiser itself, pizza and pints for pups. It's $15 all you can eat pizza and soda. The pints are being upcharged by $1. That $1 will directly go to Wisconsin Guardian Foundation.
Awesome.
We will have many raffles and silent auctions. I think we're upwards of like 70 items.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's fantastic.
That's awesome.
The community support has been amazing.
Oh, that's
for
so
this
cool.
event. On the posters, it talks about the Packer-Bear game being at noon. However, the NFL decided otherwise. And the game is now at 3:30, 3:25. But there will be games on at the bar.
Right.
But this actually gets you in and out for the event before the game even starts.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
So while the posters unfortunately are wrong,
Stupid NFL.
stupid NFL.
Well, just the game part is
the
wrong.
game part is
Everything
wrong.
else.
Oh, yeah, everything else is accurate.
Yeah. We're looking forward to a great time, and while they, took away the game from the game,
Right.
from
I mean,
us,
the
we're-
game.
You know-
we're good. The game.
Actually, that's perfect because everybody can come down, have a couple drinks, eat some pizza, put in for a bunch of raffle prizes and silent auctions and stuff like that, and win it all and go home and watch the game.
Absolutely.
So you're not losing anything. You're just
No,
gaining.
actually, this is probably better for us.
You can pretty much pre-game at someplace else.
Absolutely.
And then
And
when you
fill
get
up
home,
on food and beverages.
get comfortable
Yep.
and relax and watch the game.
Yep, get in your Snuggies and watch the game.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Snuggies?
And you don't, for our
Snuggies.
raffle baskets, obviously the silent auction, you need to be there if it's an item that people are going to want to. There's several people that want it, and they're going to play
Well,
Bid of
just
Wars.
bid
near the end.
high.
But
Bid high and it's yours.
the raffle baskets, you'll come in. We
Works for
do
me.
it. We do it pretty easily. Laura's got an awesome system set up. You get a number on a list. You put your name and phone number down, and when you get your tickets to put in the raffle baskets, you just write whatever number you were assigned or you picked off the list.
Isn't that
and
so much
you don't have to
easier?
be
It
present
is.
to win.
It is completely easy.
And if you're local, we literally call if you're local, hey, you won, can you come pick it up? 5-10 minutes away, sure. If not, someplace else will hold it, or if it's a very large item, we can take it home and connect with you and deliver it, meet somewhere, whatever.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
when you
we
fill-
make it very convenient.
So when you fill out your stuff, make sure your name and your phone number is printed clearly.
Oh, that's why I print them, so I can read them.
She writes it down.
But what
Yes, that was an eye roll you heard.
What we need to figure out, though, is do we eliminate the number 6 and 9? Because when you write your
We have
6
them
or
write
9 on a ticket,
lines underneath, so
kind of,
you can distinguish between
yeah.
the two.
I'm
so
always
we know
number
what's
one.
what.
Because I can just start at the top and just go straight down and put it in.
Well, you must plan on being there really
Really
early to
early.
pick
I will
number
be.
1.
Why wouldn't I?
He's going straight
Sure.
there from here.
Yep.
I mean,
He's just
we
gonna leave
know
here, go
people
straight
have
over
their
there.
favorite numbers, and we have no problem them saying, hey, I want number 150. Okay.
I might just write down
Whatever.
7, and then we can have a controversy.
Oh, that's Angela's
Angela's
number. So you
Getting hit by Angela, by the way.
you can buy tickets and put number 7 on them. She'll
And
greatly
then I would win
appreciate
because
it.
I'd
Listen,
be registered at 7.
Just a little side note here.
Really?
We do have both dogs in here, and both dogs are sitting on each side of Angela, guarding Angela, and the number 7 is Angela's number, and she just reached out and punched you, and the dogs did not flinch.
No.
But if you even look at her wrong, you are going to get your arm chewed off.
Yeah,
So
I've been a chew toy before.
Just so you
Wouldn't be
know.
my first time. I just had way more padding on last time.
Like I said before, Tom can pinch Angela, and Casey might just pinch back.
That's right. That's right. That's all right.
Yeah.
All right. So next Sunday, December 7th,
Correct?
Pizza and Pints for Pups for the Wisconsin Guardian Foundation. We are raising money for service dogs. Service dogs for everybody that needs it. It's at someplace else. The game got moved, which is good for us.
Yep. Don't worry about the game.
Don't worry about the game. Game
It'll be home
doesn't
in
start
time.
until 3:25. So the fundraiser starts at 11. Tons of stuff, and the Christmas shopping season is in full swing, and this is a great place for Christmas presents, right? Because of all the different silent auction items.
Really, it's effortless.
I mean, it really is.
Sit down, throw some tickets, have a drink, take home Christmas gifts. I mean, how easy does it get?
I don't know. It doesn't get much
We've got
easier than
baskets
that.
and toys and Blackstone grill.
Everybody needs a Blackstone.
Absolutely.
Everybody needs a Blackstone.
Yes. And remember, there's strength in numbers. So if we get enough people in there, maybe we can keep it open for the game.
That's right. They can't throw us all out at once.
And when Laura talks about toys, it's not sand buckets and
No.
little scoop shovels. It's Nintendo Switches, it's drones.
Right. High-end toys.
Robot dog. We've got some fun stuff.
She can't.
They are some fun people. I don't know what's going on behind
I don't
us.
know what's going on.
There are some Christmas themed baskets for those
New Year's
parents
Eve
or
themed.
children, daughters that are into American Dolls. There's American
Oh,
Dolls.
yeah. We just got full.
So, and
Others are
again,
grabbing daughters as we speak.
you do not have to be present to win the raffle baskets because you'll have a ticket number
Right.
with your number on the back that you're given. But for the silent auction, if there's an item you want, you might want to stick around the entire time, or
again,
like Tom said,
bid really
high.
and then you don't have to say. You'll just win it.
You know, I am a competitive silent auctioneer.
I know. I've watched those things for you from time to time.
So is Tom.
No,
I-
Tom is a bad silent auctioneer
Oh.
when somebody starts buying drinks for him.
Oh,
The guy I was bidding against, which I didn't know at the time.
you didn't know you were bidding against him, or you didn't know
I
him?
didn't know he was the guy I was bidding against.
And
He didn't
if
put his
there-
name down. He put a different name down.
If there's
He put his
something I
nickname
really
down.
want in
Yep.
silent auction, I usually go out to my truck and I grab my own pen. Sometimes people wanted that bidding war. People don't set the pen down. Well, it helps if you have your own pen in your hand.
Oh,
that's
see,
true.
you have a strategy too.
Yes, I do.
Oh my, this is fun.
Yep.
Angela's like, this is not what the entertainment's supposed to be. We're not supposed to be tackling each other for silent auction baskets.
Oh, no, there will be no altercations. Not physical, anyway.
Oh, but there is some
There'll be-
smack talking.
Well, yeah, but that's not a physical altercation.
No.
That's
We have people
normal.
there for that.
Angela's okay, I think, with silent auctions. It's the live auctions that,
Can you keep your hands down?
yeah, I raised my paddle after going once, going twice, and
We're not doing
raised
that.
it. Yeah.
No
and,
live auction
No.
today.
I may know
Came
somebody
home with
has
a
that
Ben
problem.
Bredesen Tampa Bay Buccaneers game used,
Yeah.
game worn signed jersey.
Amy has won some stuff in live auctions, too.
Amy's
You're
a
paying for it. I don't know how you're winning it, but
because listen, because
the
she
best
was the
bidder.
best bidder. She won.
makes sense.
She gets the prize for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfectly logical, if you ask
Actually,
me.
we all won.
And I mentioned Ben Bredesen. He's an offensive guard. I mean, he can play any position on the offensive line, but he's original. His family's from Heartland, Wisconsin.
Aw.
His older brother played baseball at Michigan, is with the Mets organization, I think, front office.
Yeah.
Ben's in the NFL, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as I said.
And his little brother's
his little
still playing for
brother is
Michigan.
playing for Michigan.
Oh, cool.
Number 44, their fullback. He's a captain on their team. Awesome family. Ben obviously isn't going to be there, but he is involved in our program and raising
Cool.
funds. He'll donate his jerseys like that. But he also the last 3 years, he's done My Cleats, My Cause. I think the NFL just did
Oh,
it this week, and I
okay.
think they're going to wear them next week. But if you follow Wisconsin Guardian Foundation on Facebook, you'll see them. He
That's
changed
cool.
the design. It's got Wisconsin Guardian
yeah.
on there, and this year, Hope
Cool.
is the big word.
Oh,
He
nice.
is the reason why I have Storm.
Oh, yeah?
He is the one that donated the money so I could have Storm.
That is awesome. That's awesome.
And
Oh,
he's
that's so
also-
cool. I did not know that
He's also been
story.
a supporter for other dogs as well.
Yeah, of course. That's so cool. That's so cool. It's amazing the reach that programs like this have. You know, one time, I think it was Kirk Picknell, actually, that said you can ask people to donate to a lot of different organizations, or people ask, you know, what can we donate with regard to the sheriff's department. Kurt was the former sheriff here in Walworth County, and when you give people the list of things that they could, you know, whether it's, you know, tactical gear or whatever, nope, those get no donations. Dogs. all the donations, no matter what. And so it's just amazing because we need these animals for so many different reasons, whether it's law enforcement, whether it's support afterwards, whether it's, supporting an injured or otherwise needful first responder, veterans. I mean, that's what Wisconsin Guardian Foundation does. So we are all going to be there next week. Pizza and Pints for Pups. Everybody that's listening, you got to make sure you get there 11 o'clock. There's raffles, there's auctions, there's pizza. If you drink a pint, another $1 is donated. And of course, the game doesn't start until 3:25. And so you have plenty of time to pregame at the fundraiser and then go home or go wherever you choose to watch the game, unless of course some kind of mutiny happens and they stay open for the game, which
mutinies are fun.
I'm sure Amy,
well, they can be.
She's like,
they can be expensive too.
I don't know. Yeah. So you guys, what else did we miss? Did we miss anything?
Our dogs will be there.
Yes, perfect.
I know we had talked about you don't pet service dogs, but as the director of the program, it's hard to say no when you're at a fundraiser.
Yeah.
All we ask is you approach us and just start talking to us and let the dogs feel comfortable with you around. And
that goes for any dog anywhere.
Yeah,
all the time.
You have to be a service dog. Don't go messing with somebody
You're walking
else's
a dog outside Sunset Park or down by the lake in Lake Geneva. You don't just walk up to the dog and start petting them.
Yeah, can I pet your dog?
But,
Can I pet that dog?
We
you seen that video?
Our dogs,
the little girl.
Yeah.
Well, and think about it this way: would you want somebody
bear or
walking up
wolf
and
or
just
something?
petting your child? This
Well, are they a teenager?
Right.
Well, my kids spent most of their time on leashes, so I can see how that happened.
I can see where that happened. Didn't work.
It's just
Not true, it didn't happen.
It's just fortunate our dogs are friendly, and
For sure.
until they don't need to be, but they all get along. But there are other service dogs that we certify with every year that don't like our dogs. And our dogs look at them like, what did I do?
Well,
what do we do?
Right.
But there are service dogs that I don't even get to approach.
Right. Dogs are naturally protective. That's what they do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're trained to protect, or they're like your dogs are trained to work with you and to help you, protection is part of that. And if people get too close, Casey, every time I see him and I got my hands in my pockets, he comes up and bumps my hand.
Yeah,
he
not
doesn't
happy.
like
He doesn't like that at all.
Yeah, which is fine. But it just kind of reemphasizes that just don't dive in there to pet. Ask permission, realize what you're getting into, and if the owner says no, it's no.
Dude, I have a Chihuahua.
I wouldn't
that
get
you
anywhere near
cannot
him.
approach.
He's worse than a piranha. He'll skin your hand alive.
I mean,
Well,
he's just
One
because
bite.
he's little and he's just doesn't. I don't know.
No.
He's very protective of me.
Yeah,
but
he's doing his
I
job.
mean, you just don't. And service dogs, again, we talked about this earlier. You're distracting them from what their job is. And so, if you are approaching a service dog that's supposed to be, monitoring a little child or something, and you want to pet the dog, and then the child has a come on, no.
Right.
Just don't
be
do it.
courteous
But they will be there, like you said. Just make sure that you approach cautiously and always ask Wayne or Laura exactly what you should do, or Angela, because a lot of times the dog's around Angela.
She's really in charge.
I know she's in charge.
Angela does say a lot. Someday I'll get my own service dog.
There you go.
You've earned it.
Yes, you have. You guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll see you next week at someplace else, right there
Awesome.
on the square in Elkhorn for Pizza and Pints for Pups.
Thanks again
Thank
for
you.
having us in.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for coming in. Hey, coming up next, we talked to David Foster and Catherine McPhee earlier in the week, and we're going to air that interview next. They're going to be in town next weekend.
That's right.
Kind of in town.
Well, yeah, around town.
Around town.
Within striking distance.
Within striking distance. You're listening to Life Matters. We'll be right back after this on Lake 96.1.
Life Matters continues on Lake 96.1.
Welcome back to Life Matters. Super excited this morning.
Yeah.
Super
This is gonna be
excited. Yes. So, an incredible pair of artists, award-winning. I don't even know how to introduce. There's so many things that these two have accomplished. But David Foster and Catherine McPhee join us this morning. How are you guys?
Good Good afternoon.
Good morning. No, it's still morning there.
Oh, well, not sure. It's definitely morning here, but I wasn't sure.
Nope, it's definitely morning here. You guys are coming to town on December 5th and 6th. Well, you're coming to towns on either side of our listening area here, both Rockford and Waukegan. Waukegan on December 6th and Rockford on December 5th. And this is a special tour, very intimate, very short tour, just 12 cities. And so tell us about the show. Is it kind of a Christmas show? Is it a combination of everything you've done? Because boy, I am excited to go.
Well, it is. You're absolutely right. It is a Christmas show, and we did it a couple of years ago or last year, and it was very successful. And we just, we did a Christmas album a few years ago, so we draw from that, obviously. Mm-hmm. And I think the thing that people need to know is that with Kat and I, you can always expect the unexpected. So sometimes a singer will pop in and guest with us, and sometimes I go to the audience, get people to sing, and it's Christmas time and it's festive, and there's just no bad news.
So it's intimate and interactive.
It's kind of like a party.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So you did this a couple years ago. It was super successful. What is different about this show, do you think?
Well, like David said, we have our sort of set show that we've been touring around with for several years, and we kind of can't believe that we have been touring as long as we have been. We set out just sort of to do a short run together, kind of post-COVID, and then we came up with this show where we talk about where we met, how we met when I was a contestant on American Idol, and all the music that sort of surrounds that time that we met, and then there's changes to this particular show just because it's more the holiday Christmas time. So we'll still have some of our regular show, but like David just said, we're going to have music from the new album that we did.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. So one of the things that it talks about in the information that I have in front of me is that it also includes some of your favorite songs for the holidays. Give us a couple of examples.
Well, there'll be songs from our album. So we've done, I'm a pretty good arranger. So,
yeah, you're pretty good at that.
We fleshed out Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and
yeah, David did a really great arrangement for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's like kind of a jazzy song interpretation of it, and a lot of up-tempo songs, because David likes to say his music that he produces on a regular basis is, stuff that he makes music you make babies to. So for the album, for the Christmas album, we did a lot of up-tempo. So there's Rudolph, there's the Jingle Bell Rock, which is just a fun, kind of very pop interpretation.
Great song.
We do all the classics. I mean, no surprises really. David always also says too, like, nobody wants to hear a new Christmas song. And actually, he is one of the few who wrote a Christmas song in the last, 30 years that has become a classic. It's really hard, other than Mariah Carey and, maybe David and a few others. It's really hard to write a new Christmas song. And his beautiful song, Grown Up Christmas List, that he wrote and produced years ago, long before I was born.
Tom, did you catch that?
I did.
Yeah.
We definitely got that.
So we'll be doing that, and just going to have a good time. We want to really use this tour as a way to get into the holiday spirit.
So taking the classics and jazzing them up.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we have an amazing band that we've been touring with for a long time, so we're going to be swinging up there.
So how do we get so lucky with you doing two shows so close?
Well, it's good for us too because less travel. So
right.
We're thrilled.
We have
not much at all.
About last year is when we started to branch off into more of like the area of Illinois and some more Midwest places. We haven't toured a lot of those areas, and we did pretty well. So it's a good sign that we're kind of coming back. We usually will do a lot of East Coast places like, New York, Boston, Massachusetts, and definitely all the Florida locations. But it's nice for this tour. We're going to be venturing into some new venues and new locations, and so we're hoping people will come.
I haven't been to the Hard Rock Cafe in Rockford, but I have been to the Genesee Theater in Waukegan several times. You are going to love it. Again, it's your intimate evening is definitely intimate. The acoustics are fantastic. It's a small but just beautiful theater. You're really, really going to enjoy Waukegan. I mean, you're going to enjoy the Hard Rock Cafe because who doesn't? I mean, that's a given.
Right.
But yes, you're going to want to come back to Waukegan for sure.
Us being West Coasters, what kind of attire should we bring? Is it going to be freezing there at this time of year, or what should we prepare
it's going to be chilly.
Yes. It's cold now. It's raining. It's definitely going to be chilly. Layers is what we do out here.
Well, your guys cold is our freezing.
Yeah, for sure.
We will be bringing snow gear.
Yes.
Yeah, you're probably going to be looking at 20s, maybe the high teens.
Yeah. Now watch. Since we said that though, it'll be like 65 and sunny, and it'll be one of those midwinter summer.
Well, you
waves
can call us out on our mistake. That's fine, because our weather is never the same.
But it is a beautiful area. We've been there around that area before. It's really beautiful, especially this time of year.
It is.
Yep.
It is. Lots of Christmas decor and lights, and again, the little shops and stuff. It's just quaint. It's just quaint. Yeah. And Waukegan, same way. Rockford in that area too. You're gonna really love both venues. We're talking with David Foster and Catherine McPhee this morning. Now, getting off the subject of the show for just a second, you guys are so involved in raising money, and you have some favorites that you like to, campaign for and make sure that people are taken care of. I wanted to ask you, the David Foster Foundation, tell us what you do there.
Well, I mean, I know I shouldn't be the one speaking, but I'm just going to brag a little bit about what David has accomplished with his foundation. You started it how many years ago?
35.
35 years ago.
Wow.
It has grown in such an incredible way. They support hundreds of families every year in Canada. And
we help the families of children that need organ transplants. And it's one of those niche. There was a niche where just, like the Ronald McDonald House, where families just get torn apart over this horrible, their worst day of their lives when they get that news. So
they need financial support while they're trying to help support their child that's sitting in a hospital waiting for a life-saving organ. So it's incredible work that his organization does, and just someone who sits on the outside.
Well, I've dragged you along. You've done plenty of free concerts for us.
We're
a team.
Saying, it's really another part of his career, and just when I say career, just meaning the amount of time that he has to spend on the organization, and he does it. He never complains, and he's made such a huge impact. The organization just does such an incredible job. So I'm really proud of him for everything he's accomplished. Yeah,
that's absolutely awesome. And you're right. I mean, there's nothing more than, nobody needs more support than a family with a child, or a family with any family member sick, especially when you're talking about, organ donation and things like that. I will tell you that I was kind of worried myself at one point in time. I have a kidney that I had to have removed. It went bad, and there were some things that developed like that.
Wow.
And you just don't know, like, you're at the mercy of everything that's happening. And if you can just have that home base, and like you said, the David Foster Foundation seems to provide for people, man, that makes all the difference in the world. So yes, I am very proud of you too.
We've done fundraisers, and I assume you're okay now, right?
Yes.
Nancy?
Yes,
good.
very much
That's
so.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
We've done fundraisers all over Canada and some in America too. But last year I committed finally to doing a fundraiser in Los Angeles.
Ooh.
We did it. We did it at the Hollywood Bowl, and we raised over $15 million. So it was pretty incredible.
Wow.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That is incredible.
That is awesome.
We cashed in big.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that I just read everything, and I really wanted to bring that up because, I feel like when you commit to a foundation to the point where, it's named after you, it must be doing huge, great things, and obviously that is a huge, great thing.
Well, after 35 years, you think it's here to stay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's probably going to stick around for a while, right?
And, most people listening to you guys and to us, want to help and want to do things, but life gets in the way so much, and then but you really have to sit down and go, okay, this is going to be a part of my life that I'm going to stick to, because most people want to give and they're just so busy with their lives, and I get that, but once you make the commitment, there's really no turning back.
That's right.
So how do people help you with your foundation? I mean, how do you donate? You do something online or?
Well, I think the David Foster Foundation .org, I think it is.
Perfect.
Just go and donate, or just support us in any way you can, or come to one of our concerts. Our next concert is in Victoria, British Columbia, actually, which is where we started. In August, it's going to be a great 2-day event where we hope to raise a lot of money.
You always have the most insane talent there as well.
We've had everybody from Celine and Steven Tyler and Stevie Wonder and Lionel Richie, just an endless list of people that I begged to come and do this for us.
Well,
nice.
I will tell you this. We have about 1 minute left, and I just want to say, first of all, thank you for joining us this morning, because we are honored and so happy that you're going to be in the area. And thank you for doing what you do with the foundation, too, because that's incredible work as well, and hard work. And you two are very busy people. So we want to encourage everybody to go online, get tickets to an intimate evening with David Foster and Catherine McPhee. Again, they are playing at the Genesee Theater on December 6th, which is in Waukegan, just north of Chicago. And then, of course, on December 5th at the Hard Rock Cafe in Rockford. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much again for joining us this morning. And just one more thing. I understand you're taking on Broadway with writing music for a Betty Boop show.
We did, and we had a good Broadway run, and now the show is going on the road, and we hope that it'll come to a city near you. So
yes.
Just
nice.
One more thing to plug.
Tom and I are very excited about
Yes.
that.
Great. Tom,
Betty Boop
great
fans.
talking to you, Nancy. We appreciate
You
it.
too. Thank you.
You too. Have a good day. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Right.
We'll be right back with more right after this on Lake 96.1. Did you miss part of the show? You can find Life Matters with Tom and Nancy in its entirety. Just search Life Matters on Spotify, YouTube, or go to lake961.com.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
Stop it. Whoa. Stop right there.
Stop! Stop it!
Just stop. Just stop talking.
And welcome to another episode of Just Stop.
Yeah.
I should add that sound effect.
You should. Well, actually, you just did.
Just stop. I have a new little segment I'm doing on my Facebook page, by the way.
I saw that.
Yeah. It's just thoughts. Sometimes I have thoughts.
I can't wait to read the one when I get done going, where are we going with this?
Well,
Because sometimes they go off.
yeah, once in a while my thoughts go.
Of course, if you're by yourself, you can keep it controlled.
my thoughts wander once in a while. But,
I've been told that we wander.
we
sometimes.
wander. We wander. What are you touching over there?
I touch nothing.
I can hear that. Stop touching
All right,
things.
I touched it.
No touching.
The microphone
on your
wasn't
hands.
quite right.
Okay, for the first just stop, and you're going to. I know you. I know you well enough to know that you are going to 1,000% agree with me. But if our judicial system, court system, whatever you want to call, who let this chick get out into a house on an ankle bracelet instead of, okay, this Morgan Geyser thing and her cutting off her ankle bracelet,
Her escape.
leaving the mental home, the group home that she was supposed to be in, all the way south of Chicago. They found her. What, an hour south of Chicago or something? Hour south of Chicago.
Yeah, something like that. And they walked to there. They got a ride or so
whatever. They say they walked, but she was with a 42-year-old man that if you, okay, somebody needs to look into the record of this guy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, now remember when the police were told to stop profiling? And
That's what we do.
That is the most unrealistic request of a police
Exactly.
officer, because I'm going to tell you that if it's July and you walk into my bank in a trench coat, I'm going to profile you.
Well,
okay, let alone the cops, let alone security, let alone
Right.
There are very, very distinct characteristics of people who have lost their you know what. Okay,
or are up to no good.
Look at the pictures of these two people.
Yeah.
They should not be just wandering around society on their own, either one of them.
Well, one of the biggest problems is everyone's got their face stuck in a cell phone, so they don't know what's going on around them anyways.
Well, but these two, okay, so remember Morgan Geyser, and nobody needs for me to remind them. She was one of the girls that stabbed that young lady, when they were 12 years old.
Yeah, almost to death.
19 times. Luckily, she recovered.
Yeah.
She was sentenced to what should have been a reasonable sentence, an appropriate sentence, but that then got basically commuted to nothing at this point. And it was like 40 years she was supposed to serve in this mental institution. She's already out and in a group home that she's escaped from. I think that at this point, at 20, because now she's 23, so 11 years later, this is the thought process that she is still,
There's still a problem there.
There's still a huge problem there. I think that it should be turned into you just go to jail now.
Yeah,
you don't get to go to the mental hospital.
No,
you don't get to go. Nope. You have proven that you can calculate and manipulate and all of that. And so now you don't get to pass go. You just get to go finish your sentence in jail.
Yeah, and what's to say that she's not going to hook up with the slender guy again and have another problem?
Take a look at the picture of the guy she was found with. She may have.
Exactly.
I mean, well, first I thought it was a girl. And then you look closer, and it is in fact a guy. But here's the other part of what happened here, and this is where, there are two islands in Wisconsin, and they're the islands of Dane County and Milwaukee County. Mm-hmm. Okay, and Dane County officials were. This is where the group home was. Now, remember, this all happened in Waukesha County. The actual crime happened in Waukesha County. She was at a group home in Dane County, in the Madison area. She escaped. She cut off. First of all, how is it that those ankle monitors, when they are cut, they don't send off some sort of alert?
Well, not only that, but have you ever seen one of those ankle monitors?
Yeah, just on television because I'm scared of jail. I'm too pretty for jail.
They're not easily cut off.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Aren't they like super thick?
Well, that was the first thing that came to mind for me is what is she using to cut them off?
And why
You're in a group home
mental health group
Exactly.
home.
You either got a knife or a pair of scissors.
Uh-huh.
Because you're not cutting it off with a rock.
No. So why does she have access to this stuff?
Exactly.
Right? How does this thing not set off an alarm immediately that it's been tampered with or cut off?
Right, and it should.
And if it did, who failed to monitor? Because the cops or the people who actually were going to do something about the fact that she had disappeared, they weren't notified until something like 12 hours later.
Well, either they failed to recognize that the monitor was tampered with or the signal wasn't working. But either way, they should be checking that stuff regularly.
Yeah.
And to go beyond what you're talking about, what about the family of that victim?
Yeah,
they were never notified.
You know who
They're supposed to be notified immediately.
You know who they were finally notified by? Not anybody in Dane County, not anybody in the Madison area, not anybody that was actually supposed to be monitoring her. Mm-hmm. They were actually notified by law enforcement basically in Waukesha County after they found out.
Right.
They had no idea for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours that this girl was missing. And this stabbed someone 19 times at the age of 12. There's no rehabbing some people.
No.
Just stop trying to do it and admit that this girl should have never seen the light of day.
No.
And the only reason why she went to a mental institution or a mental hospital instead of jail was because she was 12.
Right. Right. And recognize that it's not working. If I'm not mistaken,
no kidding.
Didn't the other girl, because there was two of them, and I can't remember the other girl's name.
I don't even know. The other girl's name was Anissa.
I thought she was out already, but the rehab worked for her. Whatever. It was definitely a system breakdown. That's
yeah,
for sure.
I don't understand. I don't remember what happened to the other girl. Clearly, whatever is going on with the other girl, she is, she is abiding by the terms of her conditional, release or not really. Wherever she is doing what she's supposed to do because we're not hearing anything about her. But, this girl, she only spent 7 years in the mental institute before a judge, against many recommendations, said, no, she's competent. We can let her out and give her a little bit of freedom, because that's exactly what they did. They gave her some freedom that she clearly doesn't deserve, that she clearly has no idea how to handle.
Correct.
I mean, and I know this is an old story because it happened a week and a half ago, but listen.
It really easily could have been a news story, because with her escape, was it her escape because she didn't like it there and wanted to go somewhere else? Or did she escape to go finish the job? And thankfully that wasn't the case, but you will never know until it's too late.
Right.
And this should not have happened.
Well, what they're going to say is, but they didn't even have a plan and they didn't do that. Clearly she's still mentally unstable. No, sorry. No, I'm not buying that anymore.
No, I think we're past that.
Yeah. No way am I buying that. You cut off that ankle monitor. You snuck out of a group home. You escaped. You managed to figure out how to get almost
quite a ways away.
2.5 hours away. Yeah. You lived through getting through Chicago, supposedly walking through the south side of Chicago, which I 1,000,000% don't believe, but whatever.
No, but I could understand people staying away from that too. She doesn't look normal.
No, and neither did that guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm just, whatever is happening needs to stop, because these people, and here again, we have victims. The girl in Chicago, this guy set her on fire. He'd been arrested on the train or whatever last week. 72 times or something like that, this guy's been arrested.
Right.
Okay. When the law enforcement agencies do their job and they give the court system and everything else that happens after an investigation is complete, the evidence that they need to convict someone and sentence them and punish them and hold them accountable for their crime, here's a thought. How about we do that?
Well,
Stop letting them out.
It's funny how every time the politicians get involved, we got problems. Because law enforcement's doing their job.
Right.
And then they're kicked loose. We got bad DAs. We've got bad judges. Mm-hmm. Yeah, do your job.
Yeah. Anyway, also one more thing really quick. Sean Duffy, former Wisconsin state representative. Mm-hmm. He's now the Secretary of Transportation under Donald Trump. He's going to make a solid attempt to make traveling classy again. He's asking people to stop wearing their pajamas to fly.
I hate that.
I do too.
I understand being comfortable, but come on.
Pajamas. They're wearing
no
pajamas. Right. Like, seriously, here's a thought. Let's take a step up. Let's throw on a pair of sweats.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah. And
jeans,
some Hey Dudes or something.
Right. Some jeans. Okay. And so, because he's right. He's like, I want to bring civility back. Because here's what happens, okay? When you are in this relaxed state of mind, you're in your pajamas and you're like, okay, well, now I've had a couple cocktails at the bar. And I'm like, okay, something happens. That is not the state of mind that you want to be in.
No.
And I'm not talking about some kind of mechanical failure of the plane or whatever. And oh my gosh, now we're, emergency exiting everywhere. And I'm not talking about that. I mean, like, somebody next to you could be sick. Somebody could, have some kind of, like, physical problem. There could be some kind of fight. There could be, like, you should be traveling ready and aware and alert. Yeah. And, okay, have a beer, have your whatever. But I don't know if you've ever seen the videos. They don't let you get on a plane drunk.
No, not anymore.
Nope. There's
actually for quite some time.
Right. So you're not allowed to do that. So stop doing that. There's people get in fights. People don't want to sit next to each other because they're wearing, a MAGA hat or stupid crap like that. Listen, people. Listen. Stop.
Yeah.
Just stop. Sean Duffy is 100% right.
Agreed.
Class it up. You're traveling. There's a certain level of mental awareness that you need to have when you're traveling by train, plane, automobile, obviously. But I mean, like seriously, stop wearing the slippers and the pajamas on the plane.
Yep. Not just on a plane, quit doing it to Walmart too.
No, they're never going to stop doing it at Walmart.
I don't want to see that.
They're never going to stop being. They're never going to
supposed
stop
to be in the
doing
privacy
it at
of your own home, not out in public.
So today is supposed to be one of the busiest travel days. Actually, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday of last week that is always like the busiest.
Yeah, Wednesday
right?
was allegedly the busiest day of the year.
Yeah. And then, today everybody's returning home. But then now we have the Christmas holiday coming up. And so we're going to see a lot of traveling, for that again.
For the
and
next
so let's.
Month.
Right. So let's just see if this takes, right? Like if he. I think that. I mean, he's got a very good point. He's just got a very good point.
I totally agree with him.
He says, let's bring civility back. It enhances the travel experience for everyone. He's like, just dress a little bit better, be civil to each other, be nice to each other. Remember, you're all stuck. Like some of these videos you see of these people going off in airports, like, screaming because they missed their flights and yelling and throwing things and all of that. Like, how are these people just not taken to the ground and like tased, taken to the ground and walked away?
Not get the tolerance. I don't understand it. I have a limit. I feel sorry for the staff, like what we had in Amsterdam. I felt horrible for that poor steward that was stuck with her.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a point where you got to stand up and say something. I don't want to say defend yourself, but I mean if that's the case, do that too. But we are way too tolerant of bad behavior, and we're way too tolerant of these horrible excuses for bad behavior. Enough is enough.
Also, if we can go back to the pajama thing again, that's the last thing you want to be wearing if you do have some kind of emergency and have to slide down that slide. You need something that's protecting you. You need something that's warm or appropriate for potential weather and things like that and safety. And flip-flops, stop it with the flip-flops on the plane, people. Okay? You need to wear shoes.
It's easy.
Okay, I got to tell you, my husband, my kids are crazy because of him, I swear. But he would do crazy things. Like, we would travel. When we first moved up here, the kids were still under 18. We were going back and they had parents in the other city, in the other state. So there was visitation. We were traveling up and down, back and forth to Indy a lot. He would pay my kids. He would, in the middle of a trip, he'd go, who has flip-flops on? And if nobody had flip-flops on, they all got $1.
Oh,
like he would pay them
for him
to do things, right? And so they're weird now. But
they were already weird.
I know. But I mean, you just like, first of all, it's a courtesy to other people. I don't want to see your SpongeBob SquarePants pajama pants, okay? That's hotels and home. Okay?
Right.
Pajamas.
Right.
Go home with pajamas. But it's for your own safety, and it's for the courtesy of others, and just safety, right? Safety. If you got to think outside. Think outside your own little boxed life.
Right.
Okay. It's not about you. You can be comfortable in a lot of other things, but just keep it classy. And I don't mean class up your pajamas either.
Well, not only that, but what do you do in an emergent situation? You
got your
it's like
jammies
these guys
on.
Riding motorcycles with flip-flops and shorts. You go down, you're done.
Done. Hamburger.
Yeah.
Right.
I always wear boots and pants. Always. And
I try not to wear tank tops. Sometimes I do. I try not to because, but with you, like, when I ride on Ty's bike, like that's a whole different bike and a whole different story. But I wear. Yeah, the Sherpa. But I wear like a leather like I do.
Right.
Because
of the unknown of what may happen.
Right.
I have flip-flops, and I will wear them at the beach or the pool or maybe out to the fire. Rarely I do because
it's cold if you have a fire.
Well, and it's a fire if you got sparks. I don't want them landing on my bare feet.
Right.
But I know I can't do anything in them. I can't run in them. I can't.
Right.
Whatever. So if I'm going to be in a position where I have to do something or react quickly, I'd rather be in normal clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, you just never know what's going to happen, and it doesn't. And again, it doesn't have to be about you, right? Something could happen to the person next to you, or the person in front of you, or behind you, or whatever, or in the airport, or whatever. And there's reasons why you should dress practically to travel, appropriately and practically. So kudos to Sean Duffy. He's absolutely right. Just stop wearing your pajamas. Just stop wearing your pajamas if you're not at home or in a hotel. How about we just make that rule?
Yeah. Show a little self-respect.
Right. Now I got to go change into my pajamas. I'm
but
done for the day. We are done for the day.
We are kind of almost
Well,
at
I'm
home.
not done. I've got Alex with Main Street Messages. She's coming up next.
I'm done for the day.
You're done. You can go put your jammies and flip-flops on.
That's not going to happen either.
I know. Me neither. That's all for Life Matters today. Have a good weekend. We'll be here next week. Coming up, we absolutely will.
Yep.
Coming up, Main Street Messages with Alex right here on Lake 96.1.
Girls. Main Street Messages with Alex. Brought to you by the Lake Geneva Business Improvement District.
All right, sweetheart, you've had your fun. Now let's get down to serious business.
Welcome to another edition of Main Street Messages with Alex Benante. She is the Executive Director of Downtown Lake Geneva and the Lake Geneva Business Improvement District, which is actually one organization. It's one and the same.
Yes. Yes and no, all at the same time.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So we are in the throes of the holiday shopping season. Things are going well in downtown Lake Geneva. I have noticed that there are always lots of cars around the holidays, no matter what day it is. So those things are going well. But I had a question for you that I wrote down a bit ago, and I've never really asked because we've always had all these other subjects to talk about. But how does the Business Improvement District, how does downtown Lake Geneva know where to invite people from to the specific events or to the city in general? Because you guys do that, obviously. You send out information on the events that you have on, that's the job, is to improve the downtown. And that's not just flower pots and benches and things like that. Like, the bid literally improves the health of downtown Lake Geneva in general. And there's a lot of things that go into that. So I know there's got to be like software and there's things like that. How do you kind of wrap your mind around that when you get ready to make some kind of proposal or plan?
Sure. So, on the surface, from the outside looking in, people would assume that, we host events just to host events.
Right.
That's something fun to do. It brings people in.
Right.
And, that is what it is. But everything that is planned here, and we're not the only organization,
no,
but everyone that is involved here is very strategic in their planning of, capturing an audience that can come back and reinvest into downtown.
That has the money.
Yeah, that has money, but also appeal to all different audiences, in different demographics and regions. And back in the old school days, we had to do, traffic counters to see the success of an event.
Right.
I mean, like with a person at the gate kind of situation.
Yeah, clickers.
Yes. But the way technology has changed so radically in the last decade or so is there are different geofencing data software systems that can be used. And something that we decided to invest in partnership with the Tourism Commission that's part of Lake Geneva is investing in a program called Placer AI. And that helps give us some really great feedback of what traffic patterns are happening.
How does that work?
So it actually takes cell phone data.
Oh, okay.
And not invasive. Like I don't know what everyone's doing with, their time. But
and just before we even talk about this, no, nobody's tracking you. No. However, yes, they are. Like, the cell phone companies know where their devices are. They don't know what you're doing. It's not anything like that. But why do you think that when after you and I talk about this, something's going to pop up on one of our phones that has something to do with what we're talking about today?
Yes.
It happens to every single person. Now, there are very good ways to use that, like what you guys are doing. And there's some whatever ways that we don't even have to talk about. But Placer AI is one of those ones that this helps you take the money, right, that people have earned and are paying the Business Improvement District to spend to help, again, with the health of the businesses in downtown Lake Geneva. So it helps you focus that money, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And invite the right people to the right events.
Exactly. I mean, and it's something that is used great for events. That helps us with some of our marketing dollars, because oftentimes you want to know why am I putting a radio ad out, to Chicago if it's not getting far enough.
Right.
So we can track that data. And same thing with knowing that we want to put some investment dollars in Madison because that's going to draw a different type of crowd. So we really do a lot of strategic planning in that and get into the analytics of, what are people average spending on entertainment? What are their likes and interests? Because like you said, we're talking here, that Facebook could pop up, my favorite book, because we were talking about it for a little while.
Right.
So that data does get pulled into there based on your spending strategies. And so we know that, we're going to advertise to German beer drinkers for Oktoberfest. And but we're also going to advertise to, maybe some college students for our Murals in Motion event because,
they're artsy.
Yes. So you get that data and it really helps evolve it. But it's not just for events. You can use it per business. You can track different spending habits as well. Something interesting on Placer AI, when you go to an event, you tend to know where they're going next or where they came from. So that if they spent about an hour and a half, which is average time at an event, then they might go to McDonald's before they leave, or they might be going to Lake City Social, depending on the event placement.
Right.
Then same thing with the competitive set. If I know some local businesses have this personally, and so they use it for some of their marketing techniques for themselves. There's a certain bar that's looking at their competitor and checking, how often are you looking at my ads versus theirs. So it is blanket data. You don't know the per individual use, but it's a great trend setting circumstance.
Sure. Definitely tracking, like you said, the trends.
Yes.
Where people are, where they're going, where they've been first. If they, did they spend a lot of time where you thought they were going to? Oh, well, that's kind of surprising. Maybe we won't have that particular thing next year because people sort of migrated over here to this. I mean, that is a huge money saving. That's just huge money saving information.
And business building.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're talking about bringing new business in, if you're following the trends and the data, you're going to know that, hey, I'm not going to open a record store because there's one 2 blocks away. Or, hey, there is a missing pocket of a need here for a certain retail or service or business. And that comes from that data. Without even having to step foot into here, which is crazy to think about.
Right. But so necessary at this point, because there's the other thing is that it also helps you decide what's the right thing to do to reach those people. And, if they're spending all this time in the car, maybe it's radio. If, you see that they're spending X amount of time on this certain game, social media. I mean, there's a lot of other things that go into it. Like, you don't realize when you're sitting there playing solitaire and there's a banner ad at the top and it has something to do with Lake Geneva. It's because they've done the research and they know that people like you are going to want to see that information, and it might pull you in to come shopping here or to come dine here or to whatever. So, everything you see is very strategic these days as far as marketing is concerned.
Yeah, I mean, if I take a look at Dungeons and Dragons theme of everything here. So everyone in general would assume that everyone markets to the Chicagoland area, which is true. We always do. But that isn't always necessarily the most popular market. When it comes to Dungeons and Dragons, when you're talking about GaryCon, the amount of people that come from Indianapolis and Iowa is huge. You would not know that is the subset that is advertised there.
Isn't Indianapolis now the home of like Comic Con or something? Or
yes, which started here in Lake Geneva, but it grew too big, and that's the way of the world. We're always the starting point, I feel like.
feel like so I'm a transplant from Indianapolis, and I know a lot of people that not only, like my age, that not only go, but they're taking their grown kids, and now the grandkids are going, and you're right, that's a huge thing. So you're right, like GaryCon, or is that what they called it? No, what'd they call it for Gary Gygax this year?
GaryCon.
It was GaryCon, yeah. Yep. Of course. That's where you send your marketing dollars. I mean, it's just like, this is really common sense. And boy, what a great program and what great software so that it makes it easy for you to track. And again, people who the money that the bid collects, the people who donate to charities, the people who we've all worked hard for our money. And the number one thing we want to know is that you are spending it responsibly.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're talking about a business who contributes to the bid. They want to know that you are spending that and you're getting the best return on their investment as absolutely possible, the biggest return on that dollar, because we all work our tails off. So having something like this in your hands, that's invaluable. Like, I can't even count it.
I can't tell you how amazing it has been for our experiences in event planning, because it helps us. We don't do events just for the sake of events.
No.
Yes, we're bringing people here and we want them to continue coming here, but we are a nonprofit, so we have to raise money for certain projects.
Right.
So, if you enjoy pretty banners and pretty flowers and all those, we have to figure out a way
murals.
to... Yes,
hello.
The murals alone. And we have to use that data set to be able to use that money wisely so that it continues to be invested in.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole reason with that mural program, we used a lot of Placer AI data beforehand and after to know what we can sustain in the future and how we keep building that and what impacts it can have not only on events, but different laws in the future and different programming. And we have a big streetscape project that we want to include that came from the mural impetus. But it all started with data.
Right.
And you wouldn't think about it on a normal basis.
It's amazing, though, because like you said, it's not just walking around and, I think people might like this, or let's just try this. No, it's all so strategically planned, and that's just the responsible thing to do.
Yes.
I mean, it's other people's money that you're spending, and so it's awesome that things like that exist and that downtown Lake Geneva has taken advantage of that, because you're right. I mean, you're growing and growing, and we got a couple challenging years coming up, and that information is definitely going to be helpful in a lot of different ways, and us being able to put stuff out there via some of the software like that in order to help visitors, come in during construction and things like that, and be directed and be comfortable and confident that they're going to get to everything they want to do and everything they want to see. All of that is going to work together. And so I'm glad that the bid has really, it's good to know that the bid has that totally under its wing already, and you guys are pros at it.
Yeah, well, thank you. We want to preserve our charming downtown.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you have to marry that with some modern technology. And we've figured out a way to use it to maintain, the heartbeat.
Yeah.
So
that's
we love
awesome.
it.
That's awesome. Alex Benante, the executive director for Downtown Lake Geneva. She'll be back next week with more Main Street messages, right?
Yes, I will.
All right.
Love it.
Have a good week. Coming up next, more music right here on Lake 96.1.